Hello, everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. And have you ever asked someone a question and you just knew they were giving you a BS answer? Something they weren't even sure of themselves, but they didn't want to look or feel that they were dumb in front of you? So they made up some preposterous story that no way could be the truth. Now, how often do you and I do that in our own lives? Where we kind of come up with a story, something that sounds convincing, and if we tell it enough times, we believe it ourselves. We see that all the time, especially guy teenagers. They think all the girls love them, and after a while, they believe it's true. And if they hit their first 10-year reunion, 20-year reunion, often a lot of those girls don't even remember them or recognize them. And that happens in life. We all think we know it all, or we want to believe we know it all, but mostly us men, come on, you know where I'm going, are afraid to ask questions. We're afraid. we rather sit there dumbfounded than ask a question, especially how to get to a place. When's the last time, gentlemen out there, when is the last time that you asked for directions to anywhere? And actually today with our phones, which is automatic GPSs and have maps built in, we rarely have to ask anyone for anything, which is nice. It kind of saves a lot of us our butts, which is pretty good. But we still run into that problem. What if the lawnmower doesn't work? What if we need to put together some furniture? What if we get a new washer and dryer set and we need to hook up the hoses in the back? Sure, if you're old school like me and your washer and dryer's old and your lawnmower's old and some of the other things you're dealing with are old, piece of cake. What's the problem? But still, many of us would rather pretend we can hook up that smart TV to our speaker system, to our DVD-R player, and our cameras and everything else. Just plug everything in, right? Sure. Sounds simple. And many of our smart TVs we can also use as our PC, as our personal computer. We can hook it up to our Wi-Fi and hit the internet, check our emails. Great. But how many of us don't really know how it works? I remember back in the 1980s, they came out with the first super VHS. High definition for VHS players back in the day. And this was when Beta was coming out with their own version and VHS was coming out with their version. This particular player that I borrowed money for. I think the normal price was, I don't know, $1,000. It was on sale for $850. I just had to have it. I had to keep up and be up there with technology. And this is a time where you can actually rent a movie, a VHS, and record it, and then you have your own copies. It would somehow see over all that copyright issues that they had back then, and we still do today. But $1,000 for a VCR, fancy or not fancy, I could not even program my regular VCR. Sure, I can play movies all day long. You put your two audio cords from your player to your TV and your one video cord, and voila, it's done. It's that easy. But I paid all this money, and I didn't know how to program to record in the future. I know how to set certain times or edit the video or, maybe record all the TV shows I wanted to watch when they came on. Had no idea. But I had this fancy player. That was it. I was hot. Shit. I was tough. I knew all those things. And I remember back in the early 80s, most of our cars had obviously still AM FM radio and 8-track. I wanted to put an 8-track in my car. I had the AM FM hooked up, 8-track, I forgot, hot wire, black wire, the ground to get all working. The 8-track, it worked pretty good. It wasn't hard because it was external to the actual radio system. But my dad, I remember he had an AM/FM radio, and when cassettes came out, it says, "Dad, I'm gonna put this AM/FM cassette stereo into your car." Awesome. And the funny thing is, I was actually taking, I think, electronics at the vocational school at the time, probably a junior in high school. Uh, and I said, a piece of cake, right? Just plug this in. So you pull this system out. So I pulled the AM/FM radio out of his Pontiac Bonneville. And they actually had clips that went to the back of the radio, like, ooh, that wasn't like my car where AM/FM radio just had a couple wires behind it. But this actually had the clips that plugged in the back of your radio. Okay, how hard can it be? So I'm cutting the clips off so I can get the wires and plug in a new stereo system. Do you know I short-circuited my dad's entire stereo system? Speakers didn't work, the radio didn't work, the clock didn't work. I think I even messed with the air conditioning. I don't know. It seemed like nothing worked ever again. I was young. I was tearing things apart, I was putting them together, and it's always a great accomplishment when you can figure out how to do something by yourself, on your own. Do it yourself. It's always exciting. But when you're messing up your old man's car, his stereo, which he was happy with before, it's not a pleasant experience. And it's funny, I talked about lawnmowers here a little while ago, and I worked on lawnmowers and small engines my whole childhood. All the boys did. In fact, even some of the girls did. Some are smarter than us boys were. But today I have 3 lawnmowers in my house, and 2 don't even work. One didn't work, so I bought another one. And that one didn't work anymore, I bought another one. Outside of changing the spark plug, I don't know. I just don't want to be involved like I used to. Sure, in today's world, you can go to a YouTube video and find out almost anything how to accomplish or fix something or wire it, plug it in, whatever the case is. Today, I encourage my son to step up to the challenge when I need help programming the TV, need help setting my watch, need help. Well, I don't have a VCR anymore, but how to hook up the DVD player, DVD-R to the back of the TV with the speakers and making everything work good. And he's good most of the time. But the difference between him and I is he'll go immediately to a YouTube video to find out how it works. There's a lot of things we have in the house, remote control, flying saucers, special watches, flashlights, how to get certain TV channels on your television, things that I think I'm smart enough to figure out, but because of my stubbornness, I don't want to learn. I don't want to learn anything new. Even if I'm interested in it, for me, it takes too much brain power to go out there and read the manual. I'd much rather have my son or someone else take care of that. We have to be careful what we're trying to do. But I don't keep any secrets that I don't know or I don't understand. Now, I can figure out most stuff. I can read. I do know how to read. And I certainly do know how to watch videos. But I don't have the patience that I once did. And patience is kind of the key to life, the key to everything. If we don't strive immediate satisfaction all the time, we can just sit back and relax. And when the timing's right, it will all come together. Our lives will be so much easier. I know I'm short on patience. It can be stubborn and hard-headed from time to time. And I do not, repeat, do not like to ask for help, directions, guidance, any of those things. Unless I'm moving furniture or something heavy, then I'll ask for all the help that I can get. Because quite frankly, as I get older, I'm not as strong as I used to be. But that's okay. My son's bigger and stronger than I am, and he's usually around to help me out with those things. All I want to do is I encourage you, men and women, if you really don't have the patience, or maybe if you do, ask help anyways. Get in the practice of asking for help. You know, how to make bread. What's the best ingredients to put in brownies? How do you grow certain plants? It's not always just watering them. There might be a certain kind of fertilizer, certain kind of nutrient that will speed up the process. We're not talking GMOs and that fake chemicals that kill us, but how to do things the right way. And we need to ask, say, please help me. Please help me do a video on my computer or my camera and upload it. Please help me edit the video. Show me how to start an Instagram or Facebook page. Many of us can figure those things out, but some of us would rather spend more time with our children, with our families, with the hobbies that we love, than learning all the technical issues in the background. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I'm smart in a lot of topics, but I'd rather be doing other things than trying to learn a new program, a new technical, electronical advice, than even learning. Sure, I can drive standard and other cars and even a right-hand side, left-hand side by traveling throughout the world. But some got turbochargers in them and special shifts in the car. Have you driven a Lamborghini before with the paddles back there? Don't just assume you're going to figure it out and you can make it work the first go around. Ask the question. Hey, boss. Hey, dealer. Hey, trainer. Is there something I should know? Something I need to be aware of before starting this piece of machinery? For instance, I know how to drive forklifts, 5-ton, 10-ton forklifts. And the 10-ton's got a couple more gadgets on there, things you have to control than just a smaller version. So when we're used to driving small machinery or hooking up AM/FM radio, and you just upgrade a little bit, that could be a whole different world. So let's make sure we take the point to reflect, to ask questions, and not look like an idiot, especially in front of our friends or our kids. It's not a pretty picture. They'll call you out on it. They'll check you. So make sure you know what you're talking about. Humble yourself if you must, but definitely have the right information, share the right information, and be open to learning the right and correct information. It will make your life so much easier and help you save face with your wife. Have a great day, everyone. This has been In the Office with Joseph Skoda. I salute you.